Welcome to Tabo Eminent Channel. The Great Barrier Reef, stretching over 2,300 kilometers off the coast of Queensland, Australia, is the largest coral reef system in the world and one of Earth's most spectacular underwater wonders. Here are some of the highlights that make it extraordinary. Breathtaking coral gardens. Over 600 species of hard and soft corals form vibrant underwater forests, creating habitats that look like living sculptures. These corals build the reef structure, supporting an ecosystem so vast it's often called the rainforest of the sea. Marine life diversity. Home to 1,500 plus species of fish, from tiny clownfish hiding in anemones to massive groupers and shimmering schools of reef fish. Iconic species like the parrotfish, which play a crucial role in maintaining reef health by grazing on algae. Gentle giants and ancient wanderers. Sea turtles, like the green turtle and hawksbill, glide gracefully among the corals. Manta rays and whale sharks, the largest fish on Earth, visit the reefs seasonally. It is the world's largest coral reef system, so immense it can be seen from space, yet its true beauty is revealed only when you descend into its colorful depths. Here, sprawling coral gardens form the foundation of a vibrant underwater city. Thanks for watching. Request you to subscribe the channel. Staghorn corals reach upward like forests, while brain corals and plate corals create intricate patterns, each colony home to countless small creatures that depend on its shelter. Among these coral havens dart schools of brightly colored fish, flashing yellows, blues, and oranges as they weave through the labyrinth of reefs. The Great Barrier Reef is also home to ancient wanderers. Sea turtles, some over 100 years old, swim slowly between feeding grounds, while dugongs graze peacefully on seagrass beds. During certain times of the year, the reef comes alive in a breathtaking spectacle, mass coral spawning. Under the light of a full moon, corals release clouds of eggs and sperm into the water, turning the sea into a snow globe of life, ensuring the reef's survival for generations to come. This underwater wonder is not only a sanctuary for marine life but also a place of deep cultural and spiritual importance to the indigenous peoples of Australia, who have lived alongside and cared for the reef for tens of thousands of years. For visitors and divers, it feels like entering another world, a place of magic and mystery, where every corner holds a story and every creature plays a part in the great symphony of the sea. Drifting beneath the warm waters of the Coral Sea, the Great Barrier Reef unfolds like an endless dreamscape. At first, the surface gives no hint of the vast world below, but as you descend, the seafloor blossoms into a kaleidoscope of colors. Corals rise in towers and shelves, swaying gently with the currents, while tiny damselfish dart in and out of their crevices. The reef feels alive, humming with movement, light, and sound, a city built not of stone and steel, but of living organisms that have grown together over thousands of years. Moving deeper, the reef reveals its many characters. A giant clam rests firmly on the sandy bottom, its lips shimmering with iridescent blues and purples, as if painted with liquid gemstones. Nearby, a shy seahorse clings to a strand of coral, blending so well with its surroundings that only the keenest eyes can find it. Above, a school of silver barracuda wheels in perfect unison, their scales flashing like polished mirrors beneath the sunlit water. Every moment brings a new surprise, from the comical waddle of a pufferfish to the graceful dance of a lionfish with its fan-like fins. Farther along, the seagrass meadows spread out in gentle waves, and here, the ancient grazers appear. A dugong, with its round, gentle face, drifts slowly as it feeds, stirring up clouds of sand that sparkle in the light. Not far away, a green sea turtle glides effortlessly, pausing to nibble at soft corals before continuing on its journey. These creatures feel timeless, like messengers from another age, sharing the reef with generations of travelers who come and go with the tides. Once a year, under the pull of the full moon, the reef explodes with life. Corals release millions of tiny eggs and sperm into the water, rising like a soft snowfall that fills the sea with new beginnings. It is a sight both delicate and powerful, a reminder that this living wonder is constantly renewing itself, despite the challenges it faces. To swim through the Great Barrier Reef is to step into a story that has been unfolding for millennia. At first, all you hear is the steady sound of your own breath, but soon the reef greets you with a chorus of life. Tiny clicks, pops, and distant calls fill the water, sounds made by fish and shrimp that use this living city as their home. Ahead, the reef rises like a castle of coral, its towers alive with color, reds, oranges, greens, and blues blending into a mosaic no artist could ever fully capture. As you swim closer, the smaller inhabitants reveal themselves. A clownfish darts nervously between the swaying tentacles of its anemone, safe in the embrace of its stinging host. Bright butterflyfish weave between coral branches, moving like flashes of stained glass, while parrotfish gnaw noisily at the reef, their beaks leaving behind trails of fresh sand. Each creature seems to have its role, each movement part of a delicate balance that has lasted for thousands of years. Deeper still, the water takes on a darker shade of blue, and the reef's larger guardians come into view. A reef shark glides silently in the distance, its presence felt more than seen, as schools of fish part and reform in graceful patterns. A manta ray appears suddenly, soaring overhead like a bird in slow motion, its wings casting shadows across the coral floor. It moves with such effortless grace that you cannot help but follow it, mesmerized by its silent dance. In a sandy clearing, you discover a giant clam, its shell encrusted with corals and sponges, its lips glowing with surreal colors that shimmer like jewels. Just beyond, a green turtle emerges from the blue, its ancient eyes calm and unhurried. It floats beside you for a moment, as if sharing a secret, before drifting back into the vastness of the sea. Encounters like these feel like gifts, reminders of the reef's timeless spirit. Then, as dusk settles over the reef, the most magical transformation of all begins. Corals release tiny glowing bundles into the water, millions upon millions rising together in a breathtaking underwater snowstorm. This mass coral spawning, triggered by the rhythms of the moon and sea, ensures the reef's renewal. Watching it feels like witnessing the heartbeat of the ocean itself, a living cycle older than human memory. The Great Barrier Reef is more than a wonder, it is a world within a world, a living story that continues to unfold beneath the waves. To swim through its depths is to be reminded of how fragile and yet how resilient nature can be, and how much beauty exists beyond the horizon of our everyday lives.